So before capturing that footage, I actually had the drone for around 6 months prior, and I was just kind of messing around with learning how to use it and the kind of different drone techniques and moves you can do, because I'd never had a drone prior to that. So it was really cool to take it up to North Wales and Snowdonia and the surrounding areas and just kind of play around and capture all those different kind of angles with the different moves and stuff. And yeah, it was super cool. But shortly after that, I took the drone to America with me, to North Carolina, to the Appalachian Mountains, and when I was there, I actually crashed it. So unfortunately didn't get it back. I think I was just kind of in awe of the landscape and the kind of area I was in, because it was absolutely insane. Unfortunately, when I lost the drone, I lost all my footage as well. All I had was like the backup files on my phone, which weren't 4K, they were just standard definition. So yeah, it was a real shame to lose that footage. For some reason, I think I was just, like I say, so in awe of the landscape, I didn't even realize how far away I was with my drone. I didn't keep an eye on the battery levels or anything. So before I knew it, all of a sudden my battery was dying. I was way too far away and I couldn't get the drone back in time. So yeah, it just crashed into a tree. So, well, into the side of a mountain, into a bunch of trees, and we kind of pinpointed its location, but there was no way I could have got it back. I would have had to have gone down like a 200-foot drop and then up a 400-foot tree, and it was never going to happen. So it's a shame, but it happened. With that said, I wanted to offer you guys some tips on when you're taking your drone out, like if you're going to places like this, because it's so easy to get caught up in the moment and like in the landscape that you're in and the environment you're in, and not concentrate and think about like how much battery you have, where you are, how far your drone is away from you, how high it is, like other obstacles and stuff that could be around. So I wanted to offer you a couple of top tips. First one, make sure your batteries are fully charged. I know that's a stupid thing to say, but it's so easy just to put a battery in, think that it's fully charged and it's only 50%. You send the drone up and you start gunning it at like, in sport mode, super fast. Try and get where you want to get to take all the photos and do all the videos and all of the things, and then you find out that actually your battery's about to die and then you can't get it back in time. Bad times. So make sure all your batteries are charged before you go out. Number 2, consider all the factors when you're actually out flying your drone. Now what I mean by that is consider the wind, the temperature, and all of the different elements that can come into play when you're flying a drone, as well as like your battery life and stuff. Because one thing to remember is that if you're up mountains and stuff like I was, the higher the drone gets, obviously the colder it gets as well. So, and obviously if it's cold, it's going to decrease the battery life, so your batteries aren't going to last as long. It's the same as like strong winds. The drone is going to use more power if you're in strong winds to try and keep it stable, to stop it from flying away. So just make sure that you're keeping an eye on your battery and you're taking all those factors into consideration when you're flying your drone. And the only other one, number 3, that I wanted to offer you was just take into consideration the distance that you go with your drone. These things are amazing these days on how far they can actually go, but it's really easy to like gun it in sport mode to get to where you want to get to take all your photos and videos and do what you want to do, to then realize that you haven't got enough battery to get back. Now, these drones are really good these days. They do offer battery warnings and they do kind of alert you that you need to obviously, go back to your home spot and land. However, it's very easy to think that, okay, I'm only 2 minutes away, it's fine, just cancel the battery warning and continue what you're doing. I know, I've done it, and it's not a good thing to do, because again, if there was strong winds over there and there isn't where you are, you may not have enough battery to get back. So always take into consideration the distance you are. Normally, wherever I go now, once I'm there, I check my battery and I make sure I've got at least 50% before I then come back, because otherwise, if I haven't, I know I may not make it back. So yeah, that's the 3rd one. So as I said, I crashed my Mini 2, but I did replace it with the DJI Air 2S, which is an absolutely insane drone. This thing is super cool. It's got a massive 1-inch sensor on it, and it's like 5.4K video, 10-bit color depth, so if you're serious into your color grading and all that stuff as well, and you don't want to spend like $4 grand on the Mavic 3 Cine, then this drone is an absolutely banging drone for the money. All told, it cost me like $1,000 with the Fly More pack and everything. So yeah, absolutely fantastic drone. When I ordered this drone, actually, it didn't actually come with like a little strap, so this little strap here was actually an extra. You can actually get that on Amazon. And normally it just comes like this. So yeah, but you can get the straps on Amazon, and yeah, they're cool. It's good to keep it all in your bag. There we go. So yeah, I highly rate the Air 2S. The footage that I've been getting on this thing the last few months is absolutely amazing. Obviously, value for money and kind of ease of use, I'm definitely going to recommend the Mini 3. Obviously, I'd recommend the Mini 2 because I've had the Mini 2. Haven't yet got the Mini 3, but definitely going to be looking into getting one later this year, purely because the biggest thing with that is the fact that it's under 249 grams in weight. So within reason, you can fly it pretty much anywhere and you don't need a drone license. So if you've been having thoughts around the Mini 3 and whether that's the right drone for you, I'd definitely say go for it. It's an amazing drone. It really packs a punch and has got a ton of features on it. Obviously, I've not owned one. I've owned the Mini 2, but just looking at the features that it comes with and the performance of that drone and what it can do, it's insane. Like for the money that you spend to get that drone and what you actually get, like it is a massive value for money. And DJI just always seems to pull it out the bag, you know. However, if you're more of a kind of a cinematographer, filmmaker, and you want to color grade your footage and you're looking for that extra little bit of quality, then I would definitely recommend the Air 2S that I have now. Purely because that gives you like 5.4K, which you can downgrade to 4K. You've got the 10-bit color depth there as well, which enables you to color grade without your images falling apart in post. And yeah, it's just a fantastic drone. The only thing that lets this down is the weight, really. It is really heavy. Like when you're carrying around like a full frame camera in your camera bag and all your other lenses and gear and a drone and spare batteries, because I have to say, like, even though this is good and the batteries are like okay, they're not as good as the Mini 2. I found that my Mini 2 batteries would literally last me like half an hour no matter what I was doing. So I would get like an easy 90 minutes flying time. These batteries, even when they're sat in my camera bag, if I don't use my drone for a couple of weeks, the batteries seem to drop off like 20%. I don't know, they seem bigger, heavier, and not as good as the Mini 2. So, but like I say, I would highly recommend getting the Air 2S, especially if you're looking for that extra quality, but you don't want to spend like $4 grand on the Mavic 3, the Mavic 3 Cine, which I'm sure is absolutely insane. And again, I've seen videos of that, it's incredible. But again, value for money as like a filmmaker, to get that sort of extra quality, definitely recommend the Air 2S. So with that all said and done, thank you so much for watching this video, and a special thank you to you guys as well for your recent support on my last couple of videos. I love your comments that you guys have been leaving, and a lot of you sending me DMs as well. It's really nice to feel that I'm kind of like doing a good job, and I'm trying to really go after my passion, you know, and I do suffer a little bit with my confidence and putting myself out there. So when I receive like DMs and comments from people telling me that you actually like my videos and they're cool and you enjoy watching them, that makes me feel really good. So I really appreciate it. And if you did like this video, feel free to leave a like below, subscribe if you aren't already, and hit the bell so you get notified when I post new videos. And I will see you guys on the next one.